Okay, so first off, before I get into the video, um, shooting shooting this video at the same time as my introduction. I got rid of the, as you can tell, I got rid of the jacket. It's getting a little too warm. It's summer is fast approaching, so I just slipped into comfortable, breathable polo. But anyways, um, getting into the actual video now, as you probably read by the title, um, this some may feel that this topic has been run to the ground. People left and right have been talking about it. Even there's at least like one kind of like popular. There was at least like one popular, even like a female YouTuber, um, talking about it. But I thought it was time that Mr. Simplicity gave his thoughts on NoFap. So I came across NoFap kind of a little while ago. Technically, the first videos that I even watched about the topic weren't even about NoFap specifically. Like it didn't even have NoFap in the title or even like mentioned. It was just about quitting porn and masturbation, particularly just masturbation. I would say I was never really like interested or like hooked on like real porn. My I guess my brain is kind of isn't predisposed to real seeking out like real like legit porn. I was always um always really just into like real like softcore kind of crap, um celebrities, think of celebrities, like in in bikinis and whatnot, and stuff of that nature, or like scenes from movies and shows, pretty much. So, what's my general opinion about it, or what do I conclude from it? I think in general, it is something positive for for people to get into if they were really asking for it. But I do think that as you probably seen or as you probably seen and seen from other videos or even read on people's postings on Reddit and Your Brain on porn.com by Gary Wilson and whatnot, or of the like. That even I think even NoFap, or the idea of trying to trying to honor 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 NoFap could even be a distraction of itself, um, if you're not aware of it, even as much as PMO or or just PMO, just kind of each separately, because I have a story to tell a little while ago during my last, like during my last relapse, where I just kind of, let go, and before you know it, I was, like my mind had already become fixated on certain images, and so like it happened, and then not too long ago, like I did it. It happened again, and then I realized, or I started thinking to myself, um, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, from, from all my past experiences that, and what I would tell myself, like beforehand, that, like I can't believe that I would just, it's as if like the the compulsion to have to do it again, and and really, even though I'm not sure if you can really say that I'm a real like PMO addict, just like at least like spinning the wheels of an addiction. I I like I it it became clear to me more than like other times. Like I really felt like I didn't have, I got the feeling, I didn't really have, like very much self respect for myself, um and like I said, I've had those kinds of thoughts before, but for some reason this one kind of like really hit me a lot, because even though I was in the, you know you're whenever you're, like straight in like that post kind of relapse state before you, where you probably would take a nap. um it's like at that time, I think that's probably the, like the, for kind of, those who aren't, like on the real, who aren't, like real radical, like, yeah, like no fat, but are a bit more, like, the common person. I think when you do fap, or you engage in that kind of addictive whatsoever, the first time, like that's never really the, I don't think that's ever really like the time that you should really start panicking about, or you would think that, or you should feel that you're like an addict, but like um, like that time where you just like let yourself go, or where you actually, that part where like that rational mind, part of your mind already allows the urge to take over like that. That's where I really feel like there's a problem. But going back to, the whole idea of self-respect thing, um, I like to think, as no matter, like how, no matter how big of a streak that I may have accumulated, or whether I relapse or not, that's the, that like lack of self-respect that I felt for myself, like at that moment, that's going to stay that's the thing that's going to stay with me, whether, no fap, like or not, it's really and that's what I think is like um, the larger problem, like versus that in NoFap, um, where it's like it wasn't. If I were to be more transparent, I think it wasn't about it had nothing to do with NoFap with fapping at all. It was like me pretty much pretty much just letting myself do the thing without even thinking I was heading in that direction. So, what's pretty much the lesson that you could concur from this video? Well, I've always, for like a long time, I've always discussed the idea of making, of making YouTube videos. I used to make YouTube videos a few years back, but I've only started making them right now, and and part of me developing, I feel like developing real self-respect for myself, that I don't feel like I just have to convince myself that and not just what I'm just like convincing myself of what self-respect I have is following through with a life purpose, something that something that I feel like I could really connect to, and as a byproduct, hopefully other people could connect to. I could have never have imagined, um, not too long ago, that I would actually be here making videos for you guys. And so, even though I could possibly, right after shooting this video, go ass backwards and just relapse right here and there, um, at least I can never take away the my journey towards self-respect and other deeper issues within myself that I would probably like uncover. It doesn't, fapping doesn't will never take that away from me. So so I think that's it. Done.